Hello everyone. Today we are going to do a dragon pick a card. So I want you to look at these cards. I'm going to pull them out in just a second, and I want you to see which one's calling to you. What message did the dragons have to tell you today? So this is timeless, so you can be watching this at any time. Let's just go ahead and see your special message. And as always, my link to my Etsy will be in the description box if you're interested in doing a personal message, and so will the timestamp. So we're going to go ahead and start with number 1, 2, and 3. See which one is calling you and click the timestamp below. We will do 1, and then we're going to move on to 2 and 3. Okay, ooh, we have confidence for number 1. Okay, so for this, it's time for you to gain this confidence back. And I feel like this kind of goes all over. Like, you are somebody who is super amazing, super strong, super, like, independent in a sense. Oh, sorry, that was the last sneeze, sorry. So you're somebody who is very confident and independent, and I feel like you used to be like really free-willed, or maybe you wish that you were, but there's something about, oh yes, and then we have play coming out. I'm just gonna leave that there, and we're gonna get more. But I want to say there's something about you where it's like you are super, and as I said, free-willed, the play came out. So I definitely think you're somebody who is more out there, and, you know, I feel like your spirit is so free, but you need to have confidence in yourself. And this goes all over the place, like not in one spot, but you are so amazing, and I feel like sometimes you don't believe that you are. So we have the process. There could have been something that happened that knocked your confidence. Release, as I said, that the process and release. So I want to talk about whatever it was that broke your confidence, okay? And that's where I was getting at in the beginning. Whatever it was that broke your confidence, I really want you to work on releasing it and understand that it was a part of your process. If somebody, something, some situation made you feel down, it wasn't on you. It was more on them, because you were so amazing at whatever it is that you were doing. And I think that your spirit is just so free and open. Sometimes people get intimidated by that and they try to break you down, okay? But it's time for you to gain your confidence back and understand the process. You are this beautiful, amazing being, and it's like you paint your picture. And sometimes, like, people have a hard time understanding that. It's time to release any of that negative energy. It's time to let go of any of that energy that was, oh, all right, we have some cards. Yeah, you are enough with that coming out. So this just flew out, and rest. You are enough and rest. It is time for you to understand that you are enough. You are amazing the way that you are, and you do not need to worry about how somebody's feeling, how somebody's thinking. You are enough. And sometimes I feel like you try to, like, tell yourself, like, certain things, like, I wish this could be different. I wish that I could do this better. I wish I could do that better. You're doing it just fine, and I want you to understand that. You're enough. It's time for you to rest and let your mind kind of go at ease, because I feel like sometimes you're always, like, all over the place, or you're up in the air. You're in this spot of disbelief. So let's go ahead and pull some more cards. And you know, this, I really do feel like this could go to one certain spot about whatever this is. So I want you to take this as it aligns to you. But I think that if you're really trying to go towards something, like you're really working on like this new beginning for yourself, and it's just like you're what's trying to like hold yourself back, trust the process. Understand that it's not going to happen overnight. Understand that you're not going to be able to build an empire overnight. It takes time, it takes work, and that's what you're doing. You're working towards this spot of success. And like I said, this goes all over the place. But if this is around where it's like you're starting here, and it's like you're going and you're really trying to get there, your path is being like drawn as you're going, because you're manifesting it, and you need to be confident in that, okay? Whatever it was that broke your confidence, it's time to let it go. It's time to move past that. It's time to move forward. Okay, so we have the 2 of Pentacles. All right, so we have some balance coming in. Then we have the 10 of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. Okay, so with these cards coming out, I really feel like there is something that you have been trying to do that just hasn't worked out exactly the way that you want it to. And this could be where it's like you've been really working on 2 separate tasks to make yourself happy, to get somewhere comfortable. And it's like you're always in this spot of feeling just a bit short or just enough. I feel like it's time for you to believe in yourself and understand that you're doing as much as you can, and your energy takes a lot of play in this. So we need to rest. We need to let go of not being able to make it. And because there's Pentacles coming out, I want to say that this could be about money financially, where it's like you're really struggling financially, or this could be, you know, where you're really having some problems like in the home place, or like feeling like you matter when it comes to like important people in your life, and it's time to gain your confidence back, because you are. And I think sometimes like if you're somebody who like you really try, like I feel like some days are good, some days are bad, but you always are like back in this spot of feeling just like held back and stuck, and you're like, how do I get out of that? How do I get out of that energy? And you're somebody that could be bold. This could be about money, this could be about people, this could be about yourself, where it's like you really try to move forward, and whatever it is, like you're still feeling stuck, you're feeling held back. So we have the Moon, and we have Justice, and oh my gosh, the High Priestess. Okay, I really want you to know that you're enough. I want you to listen to your guides, because I think right now you're trying to come into this awakening. I feel like sometimes we can, I feel like there's something that you're insecure about, or there's like something, you know, from the past, like a trauma, that causes you like fear and anxiety. Okay, like this is something you could not even be aware of it. With it being the Moon, you might not even be fully aware of like what this trauma entails or where this is coming from, but there's some trauma here, and there's some anxiety and fear around something. Like this is something that you've been really trying to do, and there's a lot of anxiety and fear, but we're gonna come up to this awakening, I feel like, and have this like realization with ourselves that like of what we are, and kind of growing past that. It's time for you to really understand like the person that you are and what you are capable of. And I think sometimes you forget that. You really do struggle with that. And I think that it's let me pull 2 more cards. Let's just pull 2 clarifiers. Yeah, here's that anxiety, here's that fear, but we're moving past it, okay? We are moving past it with the 6 of Wands coming out. You are going to be successful. You're going to be okay. I want you to really work on letting go of this anxiety and fear, though. I really do. And there's something, like, I don't know if this is about, okay, so what I'm really feeling is like there's something in the past that's really caused you, whether this be like a relationship, trauma from growing up, whether this be, you know, financially, where it's like you've been really working on something, you really want to go somewhere, you have this dream image in mind, and it's kind of like you just have a lot of fear and anxiety about something. Okay, I think that you go really back and forth. And this could be, if this is something else that's popping into my head, what could be happening is, I think sometimes you could be like worried that it's not going as fast as you want it to. I feel like some days you do really good, other days you could do kind of decent, you could do bad, like it's like it doesn't weigh itself out, and so you get very like caught up in your fear and your anxiety. And 2, I just feel like you don't know what the outcome is, so that causes you more fear and anxiety. But we're gonna come into the truth, the realization here soon. But I really want you to get confident. I want you to decide, like, that's the mindset that you're gonna be in. Whatever this is about, I want you to decide that, like, this is where I'm gonna be. This is the positive mindset I'm gonna stay in. Because I think ultimately, like, it's in your head. Like, we need to get into that spot of feeling comfortable and confident, and like, you know what's going on, you know how to get there, when to get there. It's like there's so many different vibes and feelings, I feel like, that you go through, and I want you to go into this mode of not being insecure but being confident. And when you start feeling insecure about the process, I want you to remember, like, how manifestation works and how your mindset works. So if you're in a vibe of being down and sad and feeling like you're not going to get there, or you're not enough, or, you know, you're not this person, that's how it's going to be. We need to switch our mind and our vibe into the spot of, like, you are going to get there. It doesn't matter how hard it is, it's going to happen for you. And I think sometimes, like, you might forget that, and our mindset gets a little taken off track. But it's time for you to let go of this fear and anxiety. There is a specific situation where it's like you're just feeling really, like, held back. And, you know, I offer healing crystals. I actually made one for my sweet boy. He's been getting Reiki, and he's had some healing crystals on him. So if you're interested in trying to let go of some trauma, or you're trying to heal, I really recommend some meditations, healing. You can purchase a healing crystal. It's infused with healing energy and love, and when you hold it, you'll feel it, and just to bring you that encouragement that you are amazing. And I just feel like it's time to focus on self-love too, whatever that is. I want you to focus on your self-love and realize your self-worth, because you're worth a lot more than you allow yourself to take credit for. You do a lot more. You offer a lot to people, and sometimes you just forget. I don't know. I think you like forget it, or you just think that like. And two, for some reason, if you feel like you do things for people, okay, and then you feel like you have to like overdo them, or somebody's doing something for you and you say, you know, like, oh, it's I'll do this for you because you did this for me, or you like get insecure because somebody's doing something for you. I want you to stop doing that, because you do enough for people and situations around you, and I'm really feeling like sometimes you don't give yourself credit for that. I hope everybody enjoyed message number 1. And if you are interested in getting another message, or you want to get clarification, you can wait for number 2. Hello, everyone who has picked number 2. Your message is freedom. How nice is that? So let's go ahead and pull some cards based off of that. But it is time for you to feel free from your situation, from whatever is holding you back. I feel like you could be leaving a space, so you could be leaving a home. Okay, so a whole bunch of cards just flew out. Okay, so we have clarity popping out and mirrors. All right, these two just dropped on out. So we have clarity, we have mirrors, and I'm going to just pull one more card out. And wisdom. Okay. All right, so with this freedom coming out, I think that you finally have come into the understanding. So I just want to talk about, I think you've already come into the understanding of how your mind works, okay? And what's in your reality, like what you present, what you're around, it kind of rejects, or it projects into your reality. So if you're feeling a certain way, okay, like if you're thinking a certain way, you're feeling a certain way, that's what's going to show in your reality. You've come into the understanding with the wisdom, you've come into the understanding of how that works, how your manifestation works. And it's funny because the first message was something very similar, where it was like gaining that confidence back. This is for you to understand that you need how you're going to be successful, how you're going to have that happiness, the prosperity, that freedom, that comfortability that you're asking for. How you're going to have that is by understanding that your mind is the creation of it all, and what you're around, what you think, what you say, it literally projects into your reality. So I really want you to focus on like your negativity. I want you to focus, and I mean, we have wisdom, so it's like you've kind of already come into that understanding, but I want you to continue to work on that, because it's like freedom is happening for you because you've really tried to make this situation work and better for yourself. So let's pull. I just want to pull 3 more of these. Okay, we had one fly on out. Let's see. Okay, we have future self. Yes, see? Your future self is coming through in this message, trying to receive. Okay, we're just going to put receive right there, and connected. Okay. You are really connected to your higher guides. You are connected to your spirit guides, your higher self. You are connected. You are involved. It is time for you to receive what you've been asking for. And for you, this is like something, I feel like this is going to be something where it's like you've been really working on something. This is not just like, you just decided to do this, and if you are just deciding, then this is your message to follow through with it, and it's going to work out for you. You're going to have that freedom that you're asking for. But for others of you, this is going to be something where it's like you've been really working on something, to have this freedom, to have this success, to have this happiness, this prosperity, this comfortability. Like I really feel like there's something that you've been working on, manifesting, bringing forward for yourself, okay? And it's like you kind of understood that you had to put in the work, and if you ask for something to come forward, it's going to come forward. You're going to receive it. And it's, I love that. I didn't even notice I did that. I put receive over mirrors. So that's literally just confirmation right there that whatever you are saying, whatever you are thinking is going to come into reality. I want you to think very positive. I want you to stay very confident and collected when it comes to things. Use your past knowledge for now. Use your wisdom of how you understand how manifestation works. Continue to work towards whatever this path is for you, because it's like your future self is helping you move forward. You're very connected in with your guides, and even when you feel like you're not, I promise you, you are. They are talking to you. They are trying to connect with you. They're trying to guide you and build you. There is something definitely that you are going to get and work, like there's something coming forward for you, okay? Whether this be, I feel like this is more physically coming forward for you, where it's like you're about to receive whatever this is that you've been working towards, okay? Yes. And then we have the Hermit, which is about self-work. We have the Emperor, okay? And then we have the Seven of Wands, okay? And then we have the King of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles. Let's just pull one more. Judgment. Yes. Okay. You really, okay, so this message, okay, so with you, you really have been looking for something, looking for clarity, and with the Emperor, this is about being comfortable, and it's like logical, having a stable, strong spot. Like, you don't want to go in you want to trust the direction that you're going in. And with the Seven of Wands coming out, I definitely think that you could have been in a situation where you were feeling very where it's like you had to stand your ground, you had to prove yourself, you really had to work towards this security, and it could have made you feel very alone. Like, there wasn't a lot of people who had your back, there wasn't a lot of people who were supporting you and encouraging you. But that kind of gave you this awakening that it was time for you to move forward, okay? So without you having to kind of have your back against the wall, you feeling alone, you kind of feeling a little left out, I don't think you would have been able to receive the messages that you needed to, or connect to your guides in order to move forward. And you definitely felt out in the dark. I think you kind of felt a little like alone and pushed out, but because of that, I feel like that is, and you could feel that way right now, okay? Like, that's something that you could be going through right now, or you went over that and it's like you were really feeling alone and in the dark, and you were like, why am I by myself? Why is this going on? Why is this happening to me? And it was happening because you needed to learn that you could do this all by yourself. And I think that when you do something by yourself, and when you're like learning how it works or what's going to happen, that really shows you that it doesn't matter who has your back and who doesn't, because as long as you support yourself, right? Future self, as long as you're supporting your future self is supporting you, that's all you need. You need to be your biggest supporter. You need to believe in yourself. You are only as strong or as amazing, as worthy as you believe that you are. So if you aren't in that energy of believing, knowing, and feeling that you are amazing, you are worth it, then how is anybody else supposed to believe that, you know? And that's kind of like what you just learned. That's the awakening, or the awakening you're going through. And so know that you are very protected, know that you are very loved, and your guides, your higher self, they want to help you, they want you to move forward, and you're very connected. So when you're feeling very left in the dark, when you're feeling like you don't have anyone behind your back standing by your side, understand that you do. Your guides and your future self are pushing you, because it's time for you to receive this happiness. And I think a lot of you are already on this path where you kind of been really pushing towards something and really trying to get somewhere that you wanted to go, to get some security and some understanding and some clarification and a feeling of comfort. Like, that's where you're moving towards. And I think that for a long time, you didn't know who was supporting you, who wasn't, but you supported you. For others of you, this is a new journey that you just started, and it's like you're feeling a little in the dark, and people could, this is too where like you could be going through with a decision or moving or deciding to go down a different life path, and you're not being supported in this way. People are like, I don't understand why you're doing that. I don't understand why you would throw this away to go down this path. And it doesn't matter. Sometimes when you know something is your calling, and it's good to stand your ground, because even though, I just want to pull through more clarifiers, even though you understand that this could be something. I feel like you're standing your ground. You're standing true to that. Like, I'm going to make sure that I can move past this. Let's just pull 3 ending clarifiers. 3 ending clarifiers. All right, we have the 2 of Swords, the 3 of Wands, and the King of Cups, or the Knight of Cups. Okay. You could be on the fence right now about making the decision. You've either already made this decision or you're on the fence about making this decision, okay? Go through with the decision, because with the 3 of Wands, you kind of already know how you want to move forward and what makes you happy and what makes you feel this prosperous. It's time for you to make that choice for you. I don't care who is not behind you or standing behind you or believing in you. Sometimes we all have this path, and it's time for you to go towards this. It's time for you to listen to your heart and move towards what's making you happy or what deserves to make you happy, okay? Your guides, your higher self, they're trying to communicate with you because it's time for you to move forward. It's time for you to believe in whatever this is that you're asking for to happen. And sometimes I just think that we're shown when we're moving and when we're going to elevate and when we're going to have something amazing around us. Sometimes Spirit will push out, God will push out the people that don't deserve to be around there for your happiness and your security, right? So I hope everybody enjoyed message number 2. Let's go ahead and move on to message number 3. Hello, everyone who picked number 3. Sorry about this. In the middle, my baby was playing with the cards, I guess, at one point, and she bent it in half. So your message is emergence. And whether you have been here, all of these I feel like are a play on each other. So I love that it is. If you are here for the clarification or if you are here for new, hello and welcome to number 3. It is time for you to break out of your shell. It is time for you to trust that you've moved past, you've grown past these barriers, and you're either already currently on a new path, okay? You're already currently on a new path. We have the unknown. Hold on. I have a ton of cards that drop down. So we have the unknown coming out. Persona. Okay. Keep going. And a new day. I love that came out. Okay. Let's just pull one more card. I was gonna pull 4 anyways, so let's go ahead. Or I was gonna pull more anyways in a second, so let's just see. Follow your bliss. Yes. Okay. I want you, everybody who picked number 3, or if this is a clarification, okay? It is time for you to break out of your shell. It is always uncomfortable, okay? It is always uncomfortable to leave one situation and go into a completely new one. That is understanding. I mean, everybody is that way, right? When you're comfortable, you have your norm, you have your setup, you have your whatever it is, okay? If this is where you want to move, okay? Because we have the world here. If you want to move and go somewhere else, if you are wanting to move jobs, move careers, leave a relationship, it is time for you to follow that path. It is time for you to stop faking this situation. It's time for you. There's a new day. It's time to follow your bliss. It's time to follow your happiness, your comfort. It's okay to be scared of the unknown, but it's time to keep going. Like, whatever this path is that you're on isn't calling to you anymore, and you know that, you feel it, and that's why you are in this spot of like ready to move forward. Like, that's how I feel. It's like it's time for you to leave your shell. It's time for you, whatever it was, it kept you good, right? Because when we're in the egg, we have our own nutrients, we have this, we have that, and it grows us into something new. But now you're just staying in this situation, and you're somebody that you're not. You're either pretending to be, or you're feeling in a certain situation. It's time for you to move forward. It's time for you to keep going towards your happiness. Follow your happiness, nobody else's. Like, there's something, I feel like there could be where you're faking something at the moment, and sometimes we have to fake it, right? Like, fake it till you make it. Have you heard that saying? So I think sometimes we have to fake it, but I think right now what you're faking is a lot more than just like a smile or this. Like, it's time for you to find your happiness, find what calls to you, find what makes you happy. And sometimes I feel like there's just like a lot. Yeah, okay, so we have the 5 of Cups, so this could be where you're worried about loss. Yeah, you could have a lot of conflict about walking away from whatever this is, okay? But it's time for you to walk past this. You're worried about it, but it's going to be successful, okay? it's going to be successful. I just want to pull one more. Okay, King of Wands. We have a lot of wand energy. So you could be a fire sign for this. I feel like there could be some fire energy here, or have fire in your chart. So I just think that whatever this is, it's like you have a lot of conflict about walking away from whatever the past was. And that's what I was saying. It's always hard to walk away from the past, but it's like you're not happy where you're at, and you kind of know that. And this could be where you're not feeling as strong, like independent wise, and you're not knowing your worth. You're not knowing how amazing you are, and it's time for you to find that. And sometimes we have to be alone in order to grow in that sense, right? Because sometimes I think we are all in this vibe or in this mood where it's like I have a hard time being alone. I have a hard time like believing that something's going to work out for me. And it's like you're scared to lose something that you have now, wherever it is that you're comfortable. And this keeps coming up. If you're thinking about walking away from a relationship, okay, and this is either walking away from a relationship, walking away from a home, or a job. Like, that's what I'm really feeling here, because it's like you're walking away from something that it's like a relationship. And when you walk away from a job or a home, something like that, okay, I feel like you're trying to walk away from something, but you're like, what if I miss it? What if this? What if that? Listen, it's impossible not to miss something that is here, right? Like when you're in a situation, I had to decide that myself, where it was like I just had to decide whether I was going to walk away from a relationship and go into something else, and I did, and I ended up being way happier in this new spot. And I just didn't know everything until I walked away, okay? And I don't think that you're going to realize everything until you walk away from whatever the situation is. I really feel like there's a calling of movement of some kind, okay? We have a lot of movement coming out, especially here and with the world. I feel like there's like some movement going forward for you, and it's like you're going to be okay. It's going to work out for you. Don't feel anxiety about this situation. Don't worry about it. I want you to be courageous. I want you to take the lead in your life and stop faking. This is whatever you're faking. It's time for you to believe and trust in yourself and feel confident and happy and comfortable. And you're not going to feel that way until you decide to go take that step away. And it's going to be hard. It always is, okay? But it's time for you to walk away from this situation, whatever this is for you. And you've already kind of had this thought about walking away, leaving your shell, okay? It's time to leave the shell behind, because it's already done you. It's already nurtured you. You've done everything. Like, there's no more left for you here. It's now time for you to step out of your shell and find your own new comfort, okay? And that's what I want you to tell yourself, is like, this grew me, this loved me for when I needed it, and now it's time for you to move forward into something else. All right, I really hope everybody enjoyed their messages, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day. As always, my link to my Etsy shop will be in the description box if you are interested in booking me personal.